In 480 BC, while Xerxes I and his army of over 2 million are marching from Sardis to the important harbor on the Hellespont, two bridges spanning 1,400 yards are built. These bridges, which connect Abydos to the Thracian city near Sithos, are destroyed in a storm, possibly a hurricane. When the Shah reaches Abydos and sees the destroyed bridges, he has the officers in charge of their construction executed and sends soldiers into the waters with hot iron brands and whips to beat and punish the water as if it was the water's fault for the bridges being destroyed. 674 galleys sail broadside of each other and lower their anchors to remain stationary. However, there are 3 sections among these bridges that allow for passage of smaller vessels. Cables weighing a total of 167,780.6 pounds and made of white flax and papyrus are stretched across the 1,400 yards, being tied by large winches. On top of these cables are wooden planks laid upon which soil and brushwood are cast, virtually matching a dirt roadway. Along its length, screens are erected. For seven days, the over 2 million soldiers used the northeasternly bridge, while the attendants and baggage animals used the southwesternly bridge. At White Headland, on the Thracian side of the Hellespont, the army is fed by locals and animals that were raised for the purpose of the invasion are fed. They feed and march along the coast, passing through various cities, while the remaining 533 vessels of the Persian Navy mirror the advancements of the army and are joined by their Balkan allies. A detachment of 10,000 allies, led by the Spartan polemarch Eunetus and his comrades, were sent to head the Persian army off by Val Atempe, only for them to realize that they could easily be overpowered by the immense personnel numbers through another mountain pass in the region. By August, the Allies, according to a plan proposed by one of the commanding Greek generals, was to mobilize their armies to Thermopylae. This very narrow mountain pass lies on the coastal path Xerxes I is taking. While the Greek armies and the Persian army engage here, the Greek navies will engage or block the Persian navy at the nearby straits. All Peloponnesian cities plan a last stand at the Isthmus of Corinth, while all Athenian women and children are evacuated in mass. However, the Olympic Games that were occurring at the time banned warfare by the city-states of the Allies. Sparta and the festival of Carnea was occurring, which also banned warfare for its duration. As news reaches the Allies that the Persians are making paths around Mount Olympus, they realize that the Shah is in fact taking the coastal path towards the Thermopylae. Leonidas, the first king of Sparta, takes his 300 elite young soldiers to the pass. As they wait for the arrival of the Persians, they rebuild a wall that a nearby group had built. After 3 days, the Persians arrive and the Battle of Thermopylae commences. Off the coast, 800 Persian ships battled 271 Allied galleys. After 3 days, the Allied Spartan rear guard was slaughtered, and the Persians passed through, while their heavily damaged navy won against the heavily armed Greek navies, which retreat to Salamis. Salamis sees the defeat of the Persian navy in September, as well as the destruction of Athens and other cities. Over late 480 BC, the top Persian general escorts Xerxes I on his retreat to the Hellespont with 60,000 men. As they advance, they lay a 3-month siege on Potidea for treason, only to be defeated by the tide and the citizens of that city. Simultaneously, the general decides to besiege another city for rebellion. That town is massacred, and the city is handed over to the ally group of the Persians. After 2 more battles that result from a Persian resurgence into Greece and a Pan-Hellenic tension, the miserably failed invasion sees Xerxes I taking the royal road back to Susa.